Welcome to Hero Villains. Today's battle. Who do you think would win in a hand-to-hand fight without powers between Thor and Captain America? Thor, being an Asgardian, has greater strength, durability, and stamina than a human. Even without his powers, he retains a higher base physical ability than Captain America. Captain America is a master tactician and hand-to-hand combatant, trained in various martial arts and combat techniques. His agility and reflexes, enhanced by the Super Soldier Serum, give him the advantage in speed and maneuverability. Both characters have extensive combat experience. Thor has fought in countless battles over the centuries, while Captain America has experience from both World War II and modern conflicts. Before we dive into the analysis, please hit the subscribe button. Please remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you very much. Remember the fight between Captain America and Loki? In that clash, despite putting all his strength into his attacks, Captain America could barely make Loki budge. All he could do was make Loki stagger a bit, and that was when he delivered his most powerful kick to his opponent's face. However, Thor is superior to Loki in terms of physical strength, durability, and fighting skills. He was able to injure the Hulk with powerful punches and overwhelmed Iron Man in a direct confrontation. Thor's superiority lies not only in his raw strength, but also in his fighting ability that has been honed over millennia. Thor would definitely defeat Captain America in a direct confrontation. With his superior strength, he doesn't even need any weapons or lightning to win. Even if you add Falcon, Bucky, Hawkeye, and Natasha to Captain America's side, Thor is still fully capable of taking them all down with his hand-to-hand combat skills and pure physical strength. With centuries of combat experience and an innate warrior's instincts, Thor has an overwhelming advantage in any close-quarters combat situation. Thor may not former life, he's physical, especially tournament-wearing. Thor in the first film was not only stripped of his godlike abilities, but also limited by his own physical and physiological limitations. Although he was stronger than a normal human, his strength and durability were no match for Captain America. Evidence of this is that he was easily overwhelmed by a group of normal people, affected by a needle, recovered from a normal dose of anesthesia, unable to tear through a belt, and was even knocked unconscious by a car. However, in his godly condition, even without using a hammer or lightning, Thor was still able to hold the Hulk's arm and stun his opponent with powerful jaw hooks. In terms of endurance, Thor has demonstrated extraordinary durability when withstanding the strongest attacks. He took Hulk's punches without any damage and was only slightly stunned by Thanos' strength. Characters like Thor, Hulk, or Thanos often demonstrate superior strength, easily lifting over 100 tons depending on the situation. Notably, Thor has withstood the pressure from the Power Stone directly impacting his body and survived the entire terrible energy of a neutron star without leaving a wound on his skin. Additionally, in Avengers Infinity War, he turned a giant lever with a calculated force of 2.1 billion tons, demonstrating his almost apparent unparalleled strength. Obviously, in terms of overall strength, Captain America is far inferior to Thor. Although both characters have shown quick reflexes when dodging lasers in the past, when it comes to fighting speed, Captain America has the advantage. He is more agile and nimble in close combat, allowing him to take advantage of opportunities and adjust his tactics effectively. On the other hand, Thor, despite his superior strength, often acts at a slower pace. In terms of fighting style, Captain America can launch more rapid and accurate attacks, but Thor possesses enough strength to win with just a few powerful blows. Captain can force Thor to work harder than expected thanks to his superior stamina and endurance, making the fight last longer than initially expected. Captain America does not possess enough attack power or endurance to cause significant damage to Thor. While he can stun Thor with powerful punches, that is the limit of how much damage he can do against an opponent like Thor, similar to his encounter with Loki. The significant difference in physical strength between the two means that any attempt by Captain America to attack will only have a temporary effect. He will not be able to damage Thor's flesh, and may even break bones if not precise or calculated. Captain America has a shield that he can use to damage Thor. There is no denying that Captain America possesses superior martial arts skills to Thor due to his extensive training and disciplined fighting style. However, in a situation without his godlike powers, he easily confronted and defeated several S.H.I.E.L.D. agents armed with guns with his bare hands. This shows Thor's natural fighting skills and superior physicality. Another example that solidifies his superiority is the fight on Sakaar. When both Thor and Hulk broke their weapons and switched to hand-to-hand combat, Thor quickly gained the advantage, throwing punches so hard that it startled Hulk. This confirms his overwhelming strength and effective punching ability. Thor, in his base human form, is still much more skillful than the elite troops and stronger than normal humans. On top of that, he still retains his original physique and over 1,000 years of combat experience. Steve Rogers, stripped of the serum that gave him superhuman abilities, would revert to the skinny Steve we know, still as courageous, still as honorable as ever, but severely lacking in physical strength. He might still retain the knowledge and muscle memory of fighting techniques, but his lack of mobility, his strength wouldn't be enough. A punch from the depowered Asgardian would knock him out, I assume summoning lightning, and Mjolnir would generally be included in the powers, but what about his natural strength? That's not a result of magic, that's just Asgardian biology. So if Thor just lost lightning and Mjolnir, he would still completely destroy Cap. However, Thor seemed to have lost that power when Odin banished him in the first Thor movie, so we'll go ahead and assume it's a power. The serum is often described as only helping Cap become peak human, so theoretically it is possible for a human to achieve it. However, this idea is not supported even in the comics, because Cap often does things that are humanly impossible. An example in the movies is the scene in Civil War where Cap basically flexes a helicopter. But if we take the serum off Steve, he is a 90-pound asthmatic who can be defeated by a high school student, let alone Thor, who is extremely strong. This is another case where Thor could completely overpower Cap, essentially cloning Thor to the level of a super soldier. In this case, I would say the chances are 50/50/50. Thor has the advantage because he has centuries of fighting experience, but I feel like Cap has a more deliberate fighting style. I don't remember any instances where Thor pulled off any notable moves without Mjolnir. Most of his fighting is just simple punches. Actually, he did it because it worked for him, but it probably wouldn't work for Captain America without the Asgardian power. Subscribe to the channel, it helps us a lot, and moreover, you will get to see great videos every day. You are the best. Thank you very much. Thor's godly physiology gives him a clear advantage as he has surpassed the limits of his strength. A clear demonstration of this is when he was hit by an attack from a weapon forged by Odin, even in his weakened state, but only left a few scars. This shows his extraordinary endurance and resilience. On the contrary, Captain America really had a hard time facing Loki, who, despite this, Captain America can still utilize his superior speed and agility, making him more agile in hand-to-hand combat. Even without his godlike powers, Thor still possesses superior fighting abilities and can defeat the most skilled warriors. Despite being injured by a destroyer attack, Thor still displays incredible strength. However, Captain America is not a normal human with normal physical limitations. No human can lift Mjolnir, which proves that he is far beyond the capabilities of a normal person. Captain America can easily kick a truck away and even face Thanos' army alone, despite his body being damaged and his shield being broken. But what is truly unbreakable is his strong will to fight and determination. Steve Rogers is noted for being a well-balanced fighter, but he is not on the same level as Thor, even in terms of strength. Even if Rogers' intellect allows him to dominate in physical combat, Thor's superior physiology as an Asgardian generally gives him a clear advantage, putting him in an even higher power bracket than Spider-Man, almost on the level of the Hulk. He easily wins, regardless of how much Rogers' dexterity might help him, as Rogers' blows probably don't even affect him at all. Cap's ability to completely absorb the shockwaves of his shield has put him on par with Thor in many small fights, but even with this defense, he really doesn't have any attacks that are close to the ones we've seen actually hurt Thor. For example, Hulk's punches weren't even enough to knock Thor out after multiple direct punches to the head. Thor is a good hand-to-hand combatant. In the comics, he's incredibly strong and can be likened to a powerful street boxer. He's ruthless, brutal, and really strong. Thor in the MCU is also incredibly strong, even depowered, and focuses more on skillful combat. He's taunted multiple S.H.I.E.L.D. agents at once and fought many other bad guys in the movies. Needless to say, he can beat the average man with one hand behind his back. With a significant increase in strength after lifting Mjolnir in Avengers Endgame, Captain America would be a tough opponent in this battle. However, Thor still holds the advantage due to his superior physical strength and durability, factors that have been greatly improved during the events of Thor Ragnarok and Infinity War. For example, Thor survived about 10 to 15 powerful punches from Hulk in Thor Ragnarok without any signs of bleeding or injury, showing his extraordinary endurance. Compared to Thor in 2012's The Avengers, where just one punch from Hulk caused him to bleed, the difference in Thor's physical strength and durability at this point has been greatly enhanced. Overall, Thor appears to be physically stronger than Captain America. While Steve Rogers' fighting skills and style may give him an edge, with his extensive knowledge of martial arts such as boxing, taekwondo, kung fu, and Muay Thai, most of his strength and effectiveness in combat is due to the Super Soldier Serum. Despite his kindness, steely spirit, and clear planning, Cap's quick reflexes, tactical abilities, and flexible fighting style are largely enhanced by the serum. While he retains the martial arts techniques he learned, it's not enough when he's up against an opponent with over 1,500 years of combat experience like Thor. If Thor no longer has his superpowers, the fight may be more difficult for him, but in the end, with his superior fighting experience, I believe Thor will win. Cap can hold a helicopter in place, Thor can fight the Hulk. Hulk is physically much stronger than Thor, but being able to do anything to him makes Thor in the MCU superior to Cap. Plus, Cap can be defeated. Even if Thor didn't use the power of the God of Thunder, his Asgardian pedigree is enough to take on Earth's greatest non-powered warriors. Captain America is arguably the most skilled martial artist in the Marvel Universe. He's a brilliant tactician and strategist, and he regularly fights opponents far stronger than himself. That being said, Thor is a god, one of the most powerful gods in the Marvel pantheon. Dr. Doom, one of the most dangerous villains in the Marvel Universe, has stated that the only hero he doesn't want to fight is Thor. Not the Hulk, not the Thing, not even the Silver Surfer, Thor. Thor is to the other gods what Captain America is to humans. He's the physical epitome in terms of brute strength. He's on par with the Hulk, and he's a better fighter than the Hulk. Captain America could attack Thor, hit him with his best punches all day long, and he wouldn't be able to hurt Thor. Conversely, even a glancing blow from Thor could easily injure or kill Captain America. Captain America would have virtually no chance against Thor in a hand-to-hand fight. MCU Captain America is stronger and more durable than his comic counterpart. MCU Thor is weaker and less durable than his comic counterpart, but even so, don't count on those versions to tell the outcome. Even there, Thor would win. Ship Captain America wouldn't stand a chance in any real-world situation. In 95/100 fights, Cap has suffered a crushing defeat against Asgard's strongest enemy. I hope you enjoy this fight. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Follow me if you like. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much.